Back at Memphis Motorsports Park, we continue our coverage of the SNTS Memphis Blues Nationals. Let's check in first with Griff Howard.
Thanks, Ted. You know, in this week's Yamaha Minute, we point back to the fact that the Roadstar Warrior boasts a lot of technology from the R1, namely at the front end with the suspension and the brakes. That gives it its great handling, while it also has that sport cruiser riding style. But the Yamaha R1 that Mr. Lowe here rides in Supersport apparently has a lot of the same technology and making a lot of power, but it's a growth thing for you. You guys are pioneering a Yamaha, the only ones in the field. How come?
We're the only ones out there that got the guts to do it, to use the R1.
So you've got to be ingenious and creative. What kind of things are you looking at to make more power?
Exhaust systems, velocity stacks, air filters, maybe degree the cams, basically change the weight around in the bike.
So you've added a little bit of weight to the front here, keep the front end down during the launch. You've lowered the front with straps, and then also you've lowered the back end, you know, with a kit there. What other modifications do you do?
Change the gearing. Run race fuel, maybe shave the head a little bit. We're very limited on what we can do to the bikes, so basically you're utilizing the power that the bike already makes.
Let's pick up now with the semifinal round. We saw McBride and Webb both advance to this round in the first segment of the show. They're ready to meet number 1 and 3 qualifiers on the line now.
And everybody is looking to unseat Larry McBride, and Ron Webb is a guy who could actually do it.
Well, McBride may be on yes. Look at him go, another 5-second run, 598, 243 miles per hour.
My brother's real savvy on the racetrack and was just trying to figure out this track, how to get it off the starting line and get it to run out in the middle. And my brother and Roland was up for 2 or 3 hours late last night reading the computer, trying to figure out what happened. 11 o'clock last night, he came in the motorhome and told me, he said, we found it. I said, let's go 4-5.
Funny Bike semifinals now. Travis Davis out of Douglas, Georgia against Perry Holly from Farmington Hills, Minnesota.
And Travis Davis really needs this win right here in order to move him in the number 2 spot around Nickelberry, so we'll see if he can get it done.
Well, Holly had the better light, 0.44 to a 0.90, but Davis picks up the win. 675 beats out a 7 flat, ran 197 top end.
Travis, a 675 at 197. You got to be happy with your trip to the finals.
Gonna be a showdown, I believe. These next 2 that's coming up, they fast. Like I said, we've had good numbers all weekend. That's the first pass we got all the way down the track, so now we can tune for the final. And I believe we can go in the 60s.
Now the number 1 and 5 qualifiers will meet Corey Hogan from Colorado against Glenn Nickelberry out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
And Travis Davis is sitting at the end of the track, hoping that Hogan can pull this off to move him to the number 2 spot, and he does because Nickelberry breaks.
Good break for Hogan right there, 674, 205.
Sometimes you luck out a little bit, but still you earned it.
Good. I'm just so glad we finally got around Glenn. He's beaten me numerous times, and that's the first time we've beaten him.
On to the semifinals in Pro Stock now, where Steve Johnson out of Birmingham, Alabama will meet Dean Frantz. Paul Gast will get the bye run and meet the winner of this race.
And Dean Frantz desperately needs to win this race to get by, but look at that. Steve drills him on the tree.
Oh, wow, a 0.25 to a 2.51. Frantz, what were you thinking? Johnson, 7.16, 183.
Let me pull the trigger on this one here. 7.16 at 183. Go.
Oh, we picked up a little bit. Well, guess who I've got in the final? Mr. Congeniality, we'll just say, is a proper way of saying.
Wonder what all that congeniality is about. Well, anyway, the street bike shootout's up next. Kent Stotts against Ricky Gadsden.
And you've got the current street bike shootout champion against last year's street bike shootout champion. So these guys are going to be battling to get around Barry Henson for the number 1 spot. So this is going to be a tight and very important race.
Honda versus Kawasaki. Honda picks up the win, 730, 200 mile per hour, beats a 743.
You're looking at me kind of strange.
The reason is 730. You think you can back up a 200.11?
Oh my God! It's been a long time coming. Barry Henson and Velocity Racing, combined with American Honda, have put me in the chance for a winner's circle in a long time. I've been a champion before. It's been a long road. Tried some new stuff. Got a little out of my combination. Barry helped me again, and I went back to the basics, and wow, 200.
Absolutely. You got to back it up. 200.11.
0.11. I can back that up.
In our other semifinal pairing, Barry Hinson, the #1 qualifier out of Davie, Florida, will meet Phil Stoll from Chicago.
And Phil has switched from being a nitrous bike to riding one of Barry's turbo bikes. So he's got a good chance here, but blew it at the starting line.
Another Honda versus Suzuki battle. A Honda the winner. 754 beats a 772. Ran 187 miles per hour to do it.
772, but you got some competition coming up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be rough. You know, Kent's laid down a good number there. I'm proud of him. He's one of my teammates, so it's gonna be good. It's all velocity final, and I'm happy about that anyway.
Yeah, you can't be too disappointed. 191, you're up there and you're in the mix.
Yeah. We'll get it. You know, I think we can do what we got to do. I hit some oil over in that left lane, and it just blew the tire out all the way down the back half. So it's gonna be tricky. Gonna be tricky for sure.
All right, then, find a clean spot and hit it. Yeah, that excitement of that final is going to be something to see.
We'll take another break. When we return, we'll have Sportsman Final Action. Stay tuned.